Everyone. I know it's been quite a while since I did a video. As usual, there's been a lot of crazy things going on, but something happened last Friday that I feel very strongly about making a video so other people are aware of what happened. Um, because not only was it illegal, which I'm not talking like a horrific crime, but it was still illegal, but it was morally wrong. And I'm still baffled that somebody actually did this. And you'll have to excuse the horrible short in between haircut. I'm still trying to get used to it. It's like growing out and like, yeah, so trying my best. Anyways, okay. Let me light a cigarette. This stuff that happened on Friday is crazy, y'all. You had a drink? My giant thing of Pepsi. Okay, so last Friday, Paisley and I go to therapy. We see Cora from 11 to 12. And ever since I moved from Ashton Ridge, I have been going to the library that's closer to where I live now. Well, I decided to, since Cora's office is at the hospital, I just figured I would drop the movies off at, the one on East Michigan, not the big one, but the one by East End Myers, and see if they had any different movies. So Paisley and I go in there, and mind you, I've got my cane because, in case you haven't watched any of my videos, I'm physically disabled. I have a blue handicap sticker. I walk with a 4-prong cane, which is, how do I put this? Like a regular cane, just a 1-prong cane. That's for somebody that has better balance and is less of a fall risk than somebody who requires a 4-prong cane like I do. So anyways, I require that to walk and keep my balance and make sure I don't fall. So we're in the library, and which is one of my safe places, as I believe I've mentioned before in some of my other videos. And we're in there, check out some movies, go outside. Paisley does her business, and I go to get her because I drive a taller vehicle, and she's a smaller dog. It's just easier just to help her up. So usually what I do is I get her up in the back seat and get her buckled in, and then I'll get my stuff in. I'll be completely honest. I got everything in, and then I somehow pulled away without my cane. And I called, I think it's on my call log, like 4 minutes after I had pulled away. Hadn't been gone long before I realized, don't have my cane. They put me on hold for a good couple minutes, almost to the point where, like, I was considering hanging up and calling back. And what I should have done, to be totally honest, was just, like, driven back. But I was, like, so shooken up that, like, I pulled over. And I'm waiting on hold. And finally, somebody, like, talks to me. And I explain, I'm like, I'm Rachel Hamilton. I'm the one who was just in there, who has a cane and a service dog, kind of stand out. And she's like, oh, yeah, I remember you. And I said, well, my cane got stolen. And she's like, what? And I explained what happened. And, or at first I said, I left my cane. And she asked where I was parked. And I said, well, obviously in the handicap parking because I'm physically handicapped. And she calls me back as I'm headed back there, and she proceeds to tell me that my cane is gone and that they do have surveillance, but the surveillance is not going to be available until Monday. Luckily, my insurance company covered another one because Workman's Comp covered my first one because my type of insurance will only cover one once every 5 years. So, and I got one that Friday afternoon. As soon as I called my doctor, I'm assuming because I'm a fall risk and because it's a special type of cane, they knew I needed it. I got it that Friday afternoon. So I kind of thought the issue was done. I mean, I was honestly like horrified that somebody would actually take somebody's cane. That's as bad as taking somebody's wheelchair. I would never look at equipment like that and think, "Oh, I'm going to take that." So then today I get a phone call from the library, and it's a woman asking me, do I remember what time I came to the library? And I looked at my receipt, like my checkout receipt, and I said it shows that I checked out about 12:31, and I took Paisley to the bathroom, so another 5 or 10 minutes. And she's like, okay, I'm going to call you back. And she goes, what type of vehicle were you in? And I told her, and she called me back, and she told me that they were able to find it exactly on the surveillance, and that the person 3 minutes and 33 seconds after I left, somebody pulled up in a vehicle where I was parked and grabbed my cane and put it in their car and left. Didn't even go in the library. And I was really upset about it. I mean, granted, the insurance company had already gotten me another one, but again, it's just the point that somebody did that. It really kind of showed how crappy we humans are to one another. So anyways, the woman's like, well, since we have it on surveillance, we can't give you the surveillance, but we can give the police the surveillance. And that was the first I had thought of about the police because, I thought it was private property. I was kind of confused about it all. And she gave me the non-emergent number to call. I called and explained. And they said I had to call 911. And I'm like, well, that's for emergencies. And the woman said, you're not bothering 911. That's where we direct every call. So I had to call a police officer. He came out and took a report. And he asked me if I wanted to press charges. And usually I'm very indecisive. And I said, sir, it's not a matter of finances because the insurance company got another one, but it's a matter of principle. And yes, I do want to press charges. And so he said he was going over to the library to get the surveillance, and then a detective is going to look at it, and something about turning it over to the prosecuting attorney if the surveillance is good enough, and then something about a warrant, and I will be kept updated on it. So that is something I really wanted to make a video about because, again, I just can't believe it that somebody would steal something like that. And, I've never done anything. I mean, yeah, I've had some court issues with my ex, but I've never done anything like filing a police report and, having surveillance stuff like this. And somebody's license plate number and having somebody actually steal something. And, if they find this person, am I going to have to go to court? Like, what exactly happens? So yeah, that is a whole nother issue that I was not expecting to face. Let's see, some other issues that have been going on. Another one that is a very sensitive subject for me right now, and I'll talk about it a little tiny bit, but not very much, is the fact that I am no longer in physical therapy. This October it would have been 4 years. And right now my physical therapist not only left, and she was not only, because I was a one-on-one and only worked with her, she was not only just my physical therapist, she was a very strong support system for me. And it's been very, very hard for me to deal with, not just losing her, because losing physical therapy, that the building itself became a safety place for me, and I don't have too many of those. The staff became family, and it gave me hope that I was going to walk normal. And now I feel like people have just given up, like them saying, because my physical therapist didn't just leave, it was, we're not going to have you work with anybody else, because until your mental health gets better, your physical health has plateaued. So, yeah, I've lost that. And I guess the other really scary thing is I'm getting ready to have surgery on the 6th of November. My pre-op appointment is on the 21st, and then it's outpatient surgery on the 6th. I have to be there no later than 7:45. Starts at 8:45. Paisley can stay with me through pre-op until they wheel me into surgery. She can stay with me, and then I can't have her back until I'm discharged, and it's outpatient. It's nothing major, so nothing to worry about. It's just to get some precancerous cells so nothing bad happens. So I'm just nervous about, it's just a lot of stress, just a lot of things going on. And but I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to get through it, and I am going to figure out a way, right? Because I have the best 13-year-old little boy in the entire world, and I am going to figure this out. I promise you, press engage. I'm going to figure it out. And hey, also, before I end this long video, I'm sorry it's so long. I just wanted to thank everybody guess what? I am now up to 66 subscribers. I am beyond excited. Like, I remember being excited when I hit 50. Now I have 66. Like, it seriously, it means the world to me because that